Now this is the opposite of what you want your room to look like. Come in here knowing that I'm going to be getting something done. So that's what I'm trying to make this space into. And mostly focusing on this area, which is what you saw in the video. Now this is the opposite of what you want your room to look like. So this is what you might expect from someone who's hoarding or just has problems. There's just junk everywhere, no organization, it's all total chaos. Some context for what's going on here. I just came back from university, and in my dorms I already had a lot of stuff, and I was kind of cleaning through it, but then bringing it all back here. You see there's no like storage space like there was in the dorm, so everything's just scattered around, and combine that with the stuff that I already had, and it was quite a mess. So since the last clip I've cleaned up a bit, but there's still a lot of work to do, so I recorded this just right before now. So you see on the floor there's still the workout equipment. In the corner there's the painting stuff, it's just kind of scattered about. Computer still on the ping pong table. Ping pong table takes up a lot of space, you see behind the computer. And then there's all this miscellaneous crap everywhere. Bedding, it's actually on like a futon, so it can be converted into a couch. I probably want to make some arrangement where I'm putting the bedding away during the daytime and then using it actually as a couch. Now this table over here, or like this conglomerate of stuff, it's a lot of, there's like some clothes, there's some fabric, and it's on top of an ottoman which you can't even see. Then clothes on the floor. Now on this side of the room, lots of visual clutter. There's this stuff up here, I probably get rid of a lot of that. And this cabinet, it's kind of an eyesore, this color, not great. All this stuff on here, it can be moved up to the kitchen. These pots and pans you see, and these toys can be moved into other storage spaces, and all these boxes and stuff, just as well as this corner here, this shelf, a lot of canned food items. So this was how my family used this space before I moved in, but since I moved in they just continue to use it like that. I could probably move it and find a more appropriate place to put these shelves. But yeah, so that's the work I have to do, so let's see what we can do about it. Alright, so before we get started with actually planning what we're gonna do, you have to think about what the purpose is. Why are we doing any of this? And what I'm trying to achieve is a space that is inspiring, a space that's beautiful, a space that's optimized for performance in what I want to do. And what do I want to use this space for? I want to be able to do my work here. I'm studying a lot of languages right now. I'm trying to improve my fitness. I'm trying to improve my sleep and health and many other things. And right now, as this space stands, it's not optimized for that. So I want to keep that in mind, and I want to have that kind of environment where I'm able to grow and I'm able to build and I'm able to come in here knowing that I'm going to be getting something done. So that's what I'm trying to make this space into. That's the vision. So this is the space we're working with. This is the basement, and mostly focusing on this area, which is what you saw in the video. So there's a ping pong table with the computer and where I'm sleeping at, and that wall and the shelves in the corner, and a lot of this space is used by my family as well, such as this room over here. There's these clothes hangers and this sort of space. I want to separate that off. So this bookshelf, it doesn't have my books. So this clothes hanger, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna move it, just move it there for now, this. And I'm thinking I might put up a dividing screen, a room divider here. Next, we're gonna remove the toy table, remove the TV. These shelves, these can be moved over here. Ping pong table, that's gonna go, it can just fold up and maybe store somewhere else. What I am going to do is get a height adjustable desk. Alright, so I want to think, okay, where can I put this? And there's many possibilities. So let me just kind of go for it and try out some various different arrangements that we could have. Yeah, so we have the futon where I'll be sleeping during night, but then it would turn into a couch during the day, which is facing towards the window. And then I have my desk over here, which is next to this window and the door, so there's going to be plenty of light. So there's a lot to do, but for now I can just start with what's simple: clean my room, get rid of all the junk, and just making it look clean, and then from there I have the building blocks to make this. I went out to eat that evening and I made this sketch, just showing my vision for what I want the room to look like in the end. So I'm going to start with taking away that TV, the DVD player, replacing that cabinet with a nicer looking cabinet that actually closely matches the color of the trim around it. I'm cleaning up that space around the computer, tackling that shelf, getting rid of a lot of these things, moving it out to like the kitchen and such. And now I'm gonna take care of the bookshelf. There's quite a bit here. Gonna make a little bit of space there, start taking out the books. It would be too heavy to try to move the bookcase with the books still in there. I'm going to try to move this shelf, but the wall anchor is still holding it in place to keep it from tipping over. So I'm going to have to remove that. Now I can make the space to move in the bookshelf to the new position. And with the bookshelf in the new location, I still have to put in the anchor, so I'm actually going to reuse the old anchor. I think that it looks fine enough to where I can use it again. Now where the bookshelf previously was, there's now a hole where the drywall anchor was, so I'm going to have to patch that up. Just making sure everything's smooth here, and the next day I'm sanding it down and painting it, so it's going to look nice. Now in that corner there's quite a bit of dust from that sanding, and I'm going to clean that out. And there's also quite a bit of spider webs and such in that corner. It's quite dirty. I haven't really touched it or cleaned it in a long time, so getting everything out and vacuuming it over really helps quite a bit. It's almost like I'm reclaiming that corner now. It's very clean, and putting that plant there. You had to move out of these boxes into the other room in the basement. And then now tackling that big pile of stuff, moving it to the recently cleared shelves, as well as just kind of setting a lot of the clothing aside for now. Taking that table out, don't really need it, doesn't look very good. And finally transferring these clothes to the cabinet. There's not a lot of room in the cabinet, so I'm going to end up having to either donate a lot of clothes or probably put them somewhere else to store, but I don't really mind having less clothes. I think it's nice to keep things simple. Putting on that second coat. First coat got a little bit transparent as it dried, so might need a little more there. Now we're going to tackle the movement of the ottoman and the futon into their final positions. So the futon's going to be, when it turns into a couch, it'll be facing towards the window, so it'll be a pretty nice view. Now I'm going to roll up that bedding to prepare to turn it into the couch, and which during the day I'll store in the ottoman. Though right now there's a few other blankets inside the ottoman, so I'm going to actually change out my bedding a little bit. And then make room in that ottoman to put in the new bedding. And there it's going to stay during the day, and then at night I can fold it back out and use it. So it's quite convenient. I got the clock installed. It's a little bit off center to the right because something a little special, a bit of a surprise is going to go in the center there. Finishing up sorting through that pile. And this is the end of the day's work. The results are pretty good. There's still quite a bit to do, but it's looking better. Next morning, working on moving the shelves out of that corner, clear up space where the new desk is going to go. What's left in that corner is a little nasty. We got a lot of cobwebs and spiders and such. The shelves are now going to go into their new location. It should be a lot more convenient to access them from the stairs, which are right behind them from this location, so anyone want to come down and get that food can do it pretty easily. It's right there. Now this is a bit of a surprise. So I got this water fountain. I didn't really plan on it in the beginning, but I thought that it would add a nice atmosphere to the room. have like the sounds of the water and the lights in it. I'm gonna add water from the dehumidifier. I don't have distilled water, but it should work just as well. Now this evening I got these lamps in. Have a nice like modern spirally geometric design to them, and they're temperature adjustable, so it can be like a cool or warm light. Now it's the next morning, and this morning I'm actually feeling pretty under the weather. I'm got like a bit of a headache. I'm tired. I just don't feel like doing anything, and I'm surprised that I met with that sort of resistance at probably the last day that I'm working on this project. So it's just at the very end that I'm getting that, but I don't want to break the momentum, so I'm just gonna power through it and just finish what I've started. Next we're going to bring out the shoji screens. So these are the room dividers that I got. It's kind of like the paper doors in Japanese homes, and of course my house isn't built to have actual sliding doors, but this is a close second and has that nice look to it. Got the paper so the light can diffuse through it, and it kind of matches with that lamp there. It has a bit of a rectangular shape, and I actually got a lamp that's almost a duplicate of that other lamp, so this is very similar. I just wanted in this corner to have a little more light next to the desk. Then I got the second screen, which I put in front of the window. I'm not going to end up keeping it there because it does make the room a little bit dark. But yeah, it's coming together pretty well. Cleaning up that corner. Now I also want to make an air filter because it is a bit dusty when I move everything around. Well, now back to the water fountain. We got the first bits of water coming through. Having to adjust the height of the different spouts, like the pressure, just to make sure they're all even. But yeah, it's looking good now. So I'm gonna put it in place. This is what I planned. So I originally thought I was gonna have a picture behind there, but no, I put the fountain there, and I think it looks very nice. Now I finally got the desk in the mail. So when I bought this desk, I picked a light wood color for the surface and a black color for the legs, because I wanted the black to match the black of the futon, the ottoman, and the lamp next to it. But I also wanted to get the light wood color so that it would match the shelf next to it. So I wanted to have that color harmony. I want to avoid a lot of visual noise because it's very distracting. Now I'm putting these electronics in place. Yeah, it works beautifully. I don't really have much cable management going on, but it should work alright for now. Finally bring the easel over. Now the color of the wood of the easel also matches with the shelf and the table. And I wanted the easel to be in this standing position, which is something that also contributed to me getting the standing desk, because I like to stand when I'm drawing or painting. Finally, we have the ping pong table going up and being stored in place. Now, another note in the color harmony, the shoji screens even were picked with that dark wood so that it would match the trim of around the doors and around the floor. I also really like the light diffusing from the shoji as I walk in. We have this entry here, and this is the result of our work. There's still a little bit more to do, a little more cleaning up, a little tidying up, but overall it's pretty great. We got that corner, that workspace, and the shelf here. This nice relaxing corner with the setup with the water fountain and the plant and everything. I can certainly see myself just sitting down after a long day, relaxing, and yeah, I think it turned out pretty great. Thanks for watching.